What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor. And yes, Battery Day, Tesla Battery Day. Looking here at the official press release from the website. This is the 2020 annual meeting of shareholders, which I think majority of the folks that are watching this video, we are currently all shareholders of Tesla. Again, we're most likely, majority of us are bullish and optimistic and wanting Tesla to go higher. So we can do that. We can also do our happy dance, all kinds of stuff. And we're all about just basically potentially buying the dip or whatever. That all that fun excitement out there. There's definitely some things to be looking at on the Battery Day. I'm not going to be coming off as a potential scientist and completely understanding the complete battery technology, but I can understand the basics or the top layer of things. I'm not going to go into the complete science and just the chemical breakdown of the batteries, but that being said, we have it on Tuesday, the 22nd of September at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. So if you're on East Coast, add 3 hours, and you can just basically do the math from there. Basically, so we're looking basically, so like a mid-afternoon. So this is going to be after trading hours. So the stock won't be actively, it's going to be traded within the after-hour market, but it's not going to be really comprised on the volatility of what could happen on a reaction of like during market hours. So there's going to be a lot of a run up into this earnings, or sorry, into this meeting on Tuesday on the day of trading, and potentially a full-on effect afterwards coming on Wednesday. So we're going to be looking at different charts. We're going to be breaking down the potential understanding of what could happen. There have been leaks already about the tabless battery, which is basically could be revolutionary. I've been kind of excited overall on the Battery Day for quite some time, ever since Elon basically said that the folks within the battery department has some really black magic they want to show, and that was like months ago. That was way before the pandemic. I think he was on a podcast talking about, hey, the folks, I wish I can tell you more, but the folks at the battery department, the research and everything, they're just really killing it on potentially releasing these new batteries. Of course, there is no hydrogen in these cars. They're electric cars, so that's what they're really focused on. We're not going to be talking about Nikola or the competitors like that. So let's go ahead and kind of break down this article. This is actually a really good, well-written, basically give you the blank facts without any kind of crazy opinions on shorting it, going long. It's more like just looking at the technology and at the car as itself. It's not a financial website, so it's more of a car website. So basically the key takeaways here, again, that Battery Day coming out on the 22nd, looking for, again, some leaked images of the tabless battery, which is made in-house by Tesla, known as the Roadrunner project. What does Roadrunner mean? Roadrunner is a cartoon that basically can just run really fast. It can run forever, basically. Again, this is basically hinting that we could get that 1 million miles or that 4,000 times cycle before any really dead batteries, or basically the wear and tear of those batteries kind of go through, which seems pretty remarkable. Again, these are just still speculation. We still have to wait until Tuesday for the folks to really present this information. I'm super excited. I'm going to be on vacation that day, but guess what? I'm still going to be taking my laptop on the beach and just chilling, and most likely watching the live stream, probably from my phone, and definitely be reacting as well. So it's going to be a very exciting time. Of course, even Elon has tweeted that he's super excited to unveil the crazy stuff that could be coming out on Battery Day. But that being said, that's just basically broad strokes. Again, we can do all kinds of different speculation, but if you want to dive into, there's a lot of other folks that know the science behind this stuff much greater than I do. I just think that, again, if it is the capability of making these more of these cycles and having the battery durability just going up and improve over time, that's just fantastic. And it just really just shows that the batteries are really going to be the future for a lot of different things. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump to the charts. So we're looking here at Tesla, of course, TSLA, if you don't know the ticker symbol. And this thing has, again, been very holding up the past couple of days quite well, in the fact of the downturn that we've seen within Apple, Amazon, and all those other folks like that haven't been doing very doing well. Because again, the people who are jumping on to the Amazon and Apple kind of been in like an bearish happy dance to the downside. But the fact of that, we still have the really strong holding pattern here on the Tesla here. Really holding out for that potential move to come with Tesla Battery Day. there's a lot of speculation that of hey, we can get a little pop and flop. Well, a pop and flop, if you're not familiar with a pop and flop is basically, I said that about 13 times now. A pop meaning a huge run up into the expectation of whatever, or a big earnings event, or the big, again, this meeting, this huge battery that has been really just waiting and waiting for investors and just people just kind of holding out for it. Um, but that could ensue some very much people, just a lot of trading activity. So we could get a huge run higher, but then people take profits and then it kind of comes back down. That being said, I think most folks are longer term shareholders of this stock, so that's nothing really to really write home about. But trading aside, like, I'm selling some puts into this event. I'm selling puts basically around the 34 EMA that we got into around this support level here, and just kind of just again the monthly puts that I normally do on Tesla. I'm not shorting them. I'm selling those puts. So again, selling those puts, basically I'm collecting the premium, so I am bullish on it. So the folks that are just going to go to the comment section real fast and say, "Oh, Ken's completely a bear on the Tesla. It's all going to blah 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 blah. You flip flopper." No, I'm saying I'm selling premium. I'm not shorting the puts. I'm selling those premiums. So again, I'm bullish to have it stay above basically the 370 to 372 area. That being said, looking here at the chart, just some very basic analysis from the swing high to swing low. Let me adjust these because I think we go here on the hourly chart, which is again the really breakdown up this run up into earnings. I think everyone has really had this in their forefront of their mind and their cortex of like, hey, Tesla, once they do battery day, that's going to be pretty huge. I don't like to usually always go on an hourly chart, but this is really kind of homes in on what could be happening here. We saw that swing high to swing low, basically with that overall Nasdaq sell-off. Tesla was again was a part of it, but it did hold up better than other components. And the basically of raising $5 billion, people got a little upset about that for some whatever reasons, even though they did a very generous 5-to-1 split, which again Amazon hasn't done, and other larger companies haven't done it well. So this the little hush hush there. That's the reason that I appreciate the board and of course the Tesla company giving the really to the retail folks to be able to get in to own these fantastic have a percentage of the ownership of this company. With the Tesla friend swing high to swing low in after hours trading, we've seen this really key movement. Again, we had that really tight chop between these Fibonacci retracements. Then we kind of blew through it, but then we hit that resistance around that 450. What's so significant with 450? 450 is a really nice round number. It's the 618 on the hourly chart here for the last 20-ish days, and it's really just hitting that 450 range. We've seen it kind of break above it a little bit, but never with any significant movement. So with that being said, if we can get, again, Monday, Tuesday, this thing could really potentially roll up again, because you're going to have a lot of those folks really building into that FOMO mentality and get that price even up to around 490. That's going to be my initial target, even to potentially 500. We could easily get that momentum to continue going higher. With battery day, if it goes well and it really just goes complete gangbusters, we can be looking for basically 540 to even the $600 price. I know that seems absolutely insane, but this is definitely something that has a lot of potential movement of the stock. Because again, we're talking about a brand new technology. This really can innovate and just make Tesla the #1 battery producer in the world. Of course, with all their gigafactories trying to conquer each basically trying to conquer each continent in the world, they're going to be able to have a foothold and just have a huge advantage over all their competitors. On the chart here on the daily side, that's basically kind of confirming that potential higher movement as well. On the daily side, we're hitting again, opening around that 450-ish range, looking for that potential to kind of break above that 465. Again, we're seeing the wicks of the candles basically trying to come up there, kind of be somewhat of a magnetic charge. The overall momentum is still to the upside. Again, battery day is a complete coin flip. So people could react in different emotions to it. So most likely, as of right now, a lot of hype, a lot of expectations, a lot of potential happiness is going forth to kind of see on how it goes. But anything can happen overnight. People can go short. Who knows? Like they could have another a Cybertruck thing where the glass broke, but they still turn that into a win over the next coming weeks. Um, Aggressively trading this, just be very careful out there. The short-term sided targets, we're again looking for around 465 to break on any kind of good momentum run up. If that holds, it's the 78.6 percentile move. And then we're looking for around the $500 target. That's the previous high. So 502.50 is the previous high that we could potentially hit running up into these expectations. I know some people are a little bit salty still about the snow. Again, the snow IPO was so hyped up and so over expected, and just really kind of I think we can make another video on that one because I got a lot to say about that one. But that being said, let's go back to Tesla. Really looking for the longer term targets. By longer term targets, I'm talking about weeks to a couple months. The run up to around $550, then to $600. Those term targets could be easily met. Looking here, even on the options tree, if we're just going out for the week of next week, you see that super high implied volatility. We're talking about 100 and nearly 60% applied volatility. And guess what? When you look at the options chains, guess what's coming up? There is a ridiculous amount of open interest at 500. That does not mean that it has to go there. That does not mean anything at all. But there's just so much momentum, and usually I don't want to fight the momentum and the overall direction, but that is going to be a pretty large magnet. And if things don't go great, there's going to be a lot of selling, and that would be a very call that could explode to the upside or to the downside. So I'm being super cautious out there, especially when you're trading options. That implied volatility can really go crazy. You can get a very crushing effect on the IV crash after an event. So if the news doesn't really move much and this option's still out of the money, that IV can get really crushed come Wednesday if there's no significant move in the stock. So be mindful of that. Looking out further, which is my more favorite cup of tea or cup of coffee, honestly, would be into 2021. Again, you're seeing that $500 price target come here as well. We have the 9,000 open contracts there, and even to the 550 to 600. So 550 is basically my initial price target for Tesla by the end of the year, potentially, if some key factors can go forth. I think that 550 is within reason. Am I buying these calls straight out? No, I'm doing it somewhat differently. I'm longer term in the shares, and I'm just selling like basically monthly premium on it via the puts. That being said, some key takeaways before I let you go. This is going to be a crazy event. I think that FOMO could really kick in, and a lot of people can just go cray about it. That being said, just be very careful out there and don't risk anything you can't lose, because again, Tesla has the known volatility again of just these huge swings higher and lower. I know it's a cultish stock. People love it, or people really love it, or they just kind of dislike it. So there's going to be really kind of battling in between that. And again, you're going to definitely have a lot of those professional traders trading it come Tuesday into the close, and especially Wednesday, with a lot of scalping potentially on how the overall momentum of that chart plays out. That being said, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor. And if you haven't already, check out the description below. We have the YouTube join button for memberships to help support the channel. We have the Patreon page, and we have the fantastic Discord as well, and a wonderful affiliate link that I use for my trading, which is Tastyworks. If you're interested, definitely check them out. They have a great little promotion going on, so check that out in the description down below. Again, guys, this is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!